Okay, so welcome to week 2 of the fire element or summer practice. And we're just going to have a really lovely, enjoyable, warming time together. So just coming onto your mats and make sure that you've got some water handy. So if it is an introductory bit, you're going to have to get yourself some water, that's fine. Just make sure you've got some to hand. And we're just going to start by rubbing into the palms of the hands and just tapping along the meridian lines, doing a little bit of Dao Yin. So just coming over onto this left side, tapping underneath the collarbone. This last third of the collarbone is where the lung meridian starts. And we're just going to tap down the inside of the arm in line with the thumb. And then tap along the index finger and along the back of the arm. And this is for the large intestine meridian, because I know that's what you were wondering. Lovely. And we're just going to come up across underneath the nose to the opposite nostril. And to the outside of the nostril, just come in so you know where I'm poking. I'm not poking up my nose, I'm poking to the side. Take a nice breath in. Wonderful, other side. Tap, 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 soften the knees, feet hip width, coming down to the thumb, and then tapping index finger up the back of the arm into the shoulder. And then just coming up, across underneath the nose to the opposite side of the nostril. So here I'm on the left, nice breath in. Wonderful, carrying up the belly. These are the meridians of the stomach, spleen and pancreas, and then we're just going to join the meridians for the gallbladder, coming down the outside of the leg and up the inside liver. Coming down, and coming up, and then coming onto your bottom, paddling all the way around your bum. So this little sequence is great to do any time that you feel that you need to just a bit of a refresh and a reset. We're just going to come up the back, either side of the spine. These are the bladder and kidney meridians that we're working with now. Coming up the back of the neck. So this is for the bladder. We're tapping the bladder meridian the opposite way. Just give it a good old spring clean. And then little raindrop taps over the head. Coming down. And just into the corner, the edge of the eyebrow. If you find a little notch there in the corner of the eye socket, this is a really good one for migraines. So almost might feel a little pokey, a little bit congested. Take a nice breath in through the nose. Nice breath out. Lovely. So just shaking the body, shaking the whole body, keeping the heels on the mat. Let the head join in. And then without too much warning, you're just going to stop and see if you can just feel or notice anything. Lovely. Ooh, wonderful. So let's just start to deepen the breath. We're going to place, girls, it's going to be the right hand on the belly. If boys, it's going to be the left, other hand on top. Just soft in the knees, soft in the face. Taking a breath in, right down into the belly. Nice long breath out. And just breathe as much of the air comfortably out as you can. Lovely. Breathing into the belly, up into the ribs. And then ribs and the belly relaxing back down. Lovely. So breathing into the belly, the ribs, up into the chest. Chest, ribs and belly relaxing back down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Next two, we're going to breathe up behind the belly so we can really invite the breath into the back. Feel in between the shoulder blades expand and then exhale, relaxing down. And again, breathing in. Breathing out. Now see if you can join in both breathing into the front but also into the back of the body together. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last one, breathing in. Breathing out. So it's really lovely when we start to really fill the body with the breath, and we'll continue with that. So on the next exhale, the hands are brushing past the ribs. I'm going to cross the arms as we start the inhale, exhaling as the elbows start to drop. So elbows dropping, brushing the ribs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and inhale. 2 more. Really moving through the wrists, the elbows and the shoulders. Wrists, elbows, shoulders. Lifting the chest. So if you've been doing a lot of dolphin dips this week, you might be feeling all kind of knotty here in the shoulders. We're going to take the hands behind, tuck the chin, drawing the hands down. Lovely. Inhale, taking the gaze up. Exhale, just a lovely forward fold. So we're hinging at the hips, we're peeling the spine down towards the thighs, we're soft in the knees. We're going to give those arms and shoulders a wee shuggle, just to see if we can get a bit more of a stretch. Switching on the feet, make sure we're not gripping on with the toes. Navel hugging up towards the spine. So lots of things going on, but following the breath all the way in, all the way out. Lovely, hands down to the base of the spine. Inhale, unfurl. Take the hands up, interlace the fingers once again. Stretch all the way up towards the ceiling, so you feel really open in the armpits, all the way along the edges of the arms, the little fingers. Lovely, we'll just do that one more time. Interlacing the hands, but walk one finger along so the clasp feels a little strange. Tucking in the chin, exhale. Inhale, looking up, exhale, hinging at the hips, coming all the way down. Stay there, breathe in, give the shoulders a wee sugary. Exhale, navel hugging up as you lengthen the spine down. Lovely, breathing in. Exhaling, we're going to pop the hands down to the base of the spine again. Inhale, come all the way up, extend the arms up. Stretch up. So feeling rooted through the feet, we're soft in the knees, the hips are hanging down a little bit, and the stretch is really coming from the hips, all the way from the hips, making a bit more space to the ribs, through the ribs up to the collarbones, into the armpits and along the arms. Lovely, well done. Bring the hands down and just giving those shoulders just a delicious roll a couple of times. So let's come towards the front edge of the mat for some sun salutations. Lifting and spreading the toes as you bring the feet either together or a little bit apart, whichever feels more evenly balanced for yourself today. And as we bring the weight forward and back, we're finding that midpoint of balance, taking the energy up the legs, starting to draw up with the kneecaps. Really draw those thigh muscles around the bones, coming up into the torso now. So we're lifting up with Mula Bandha, the center of the pelvic floor. We're drawing back with Uddiyana Bandha, these lower abdominal muscles, and we're lengthening all the way up into the crown of the head. Taking a nice breath in, taking the hands up, gaze and heart lifting up a little bit. So you really feel that lift through the chest. And then exhale, we're going to fold down as if we're diving down to the water, navel hugging up, releasing the spine. Inhale, nice half lift. Press into the feet, lift the sit bones, look up, engage those abs. Lovely. And then hands flat, stepping back into plank. Look, my mat's doing some crazy business. And then pop the knees down for this first one, just lowering down in between the elbows, just an inch or two. From there, inhale, peeling up into the back of the neck to start with. Roll those shoulders back, and then take the gaze up. Lovely. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward dog. I'm just going to sort my mat out because it's doing something crazy. And so the feet are hip width. And we're looking towards the knees to start with, just checking that the knees are looking straight back at us. So let's just ease off some stiffness by rolling up the heels on the inhale, bending one knee, stretching the other heel down on the exhale. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. So we're going to do one more, heels up, exhale, heel down. So next exhale, keep with the rhythm, both heels down. And then just see if you can soften there. Draw the sit bones a little bit further away from the wrists, making sure that you're pressing into all of the palm, especially the base of the thumb and second and third fingers. And then you're feeling spacious around the head and the neck. So moving the head around, making sure you're not putting in too much effort with those shoulders, but the shoulder blades are down the back and they're feeling a little relaxed, as are the elbows. So the gaze now is to the upper thighs, to the back of the neck is nice and long. The ribs are drawing down towards the navel's hugging back up towards the spine. And we're just softening the knees, so making sure we're not pressing or locking into the knees. Wonderful. Feeling nice and stretchy and open and strong. Lovely. So inhaling, bending the knees, Stepping or walking forward. Exhaling, melting down into a forward fold over the legs, navel hugs up. And then inhale, unfurl. Come all the way up, just really getting that mobility through the spine. Let's just stretch all the way up into the palms. Exhaling, bring the hands down in front of the heart. And we'll just go again. So finding that root through the feet. Lift up, lift the chest, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Navel hugging up to the spine. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, stepping back in plank. Pop the knees down if you need, lower down. Inhale, come into a nice easy upward dog. Exhale, tuck or roll through the toes, downward dog. So if you need to walk the dog, or dance the dog, or you swing your hips a little bit more and take the gaze under, you know, opposite armpits, or just draw the heels down, but find a softness in this posture that isn't moving. So we're always moving, even if the movements aren't big ones. Just really breathing through the whole body, breathing into where you feel the tightness, making sure that the joints are soft as can be to keep you stable, rather than locking them out and just not using the muscles. So we want to use the muscles, the bones, the connective tissue together, rather than one of them just not being used at all. Lovely. Breathing in and breathing out, navel hugging up to the spine. So bending at the knees, looking to the hands, stepping forward on the inhale. Exhale, melting down. Lovely. And then inhale, unfolding. Coming all the way up, looking up. Exhale, bring the hands down. So one more Surya Namaskar. Inhaling, hands lifting up, chest lifting, gaze up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, stepping back, lowering down, chaturanga. Lovely. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. 5 breaths. If you're tired, feel free to pop down into child's pose, where the knees and shins are on the mat, and the knees are like in a little V shape. Your head's between the knees. I'll just demo that. If you need child's pose, just invite that in if it's feeling a bit much. Otherwise, just stay for a couple more breaths in downward dog. Making sure the feet are hip width, making sure you're not gripping on with your toes. You might find that stepping the feet an inch towards the hands, something like that, just means you can free up around the toes a little bit. Really press into the balls of the feet. Lovely. So, looking to the hands, stepping forward, inhaling. Exhale, forward fold. See if you can draw your nose towards your knees. And then inhale, unfurl. Coming all the way up. Lovely. Exhale, coming down to Samasthiti and just pausing here. If you want to take on some water, take on some water. If, like me, you're going to arrange your bits because they're doing something, do that. Otherwise, just deepen the breath and continue with that rhythm, breathing in for 3, breathing out for 3, that mental count in your mind. So, we're going to move on to Surya Namaskar now. So coming back into Samasthiti. As we exhale, we're taking the hips low, bending at the knees. Inhale, the arms and the chest are lifting, and we're lengthening from the back of the waist down, okay? Really engaging those upper abs. Wonderful. Exhale, lift the hips, fold forwards. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands flat, stepping into plank, lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. So this is the last week of using this kind of bunny hop type strength in the legs, just to help us with a step forward. So we'll just continue with both legs, bending at the knees, stretch those sit bones away from the wrists. And then as you push into the feet, you'll notice you kind of jettison yourself forward. So we're going to do this with the left leg and lift the right. Bend that left knee, and as you step the right leg forward, really press into that foot. Notice how far forward that right foot has gone. Anchor your back foot down, 45-degree angle. Next inhale, come up, warrior 1. Shoulders down the back, stay there, breathe in again. Exhale, forward fold. Slide the front foot back, lower down, knees down if you need, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Same with the other side. So we're going to take the left leg up, bend that right knee, press or push into the right foot to help us step forward with the left. Anchor the back foot. The next inhale, come up, warrior one. Exhale, shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, stay there. Catch your breath. Exhale, folding forwards. Front leg sliding back, lowering down. Lovely. Inhale, upward facing dog. Knees down, back into child's pose. So just a couple of breaths in child's pose. And then we're going to come up and do our first set of dolphin dips. Lovely. So, coming up to all fours. And then what we're going to do for dolphin dips, if you don't already know, is you're holding onto the upper arms. I'm just going to come quite close up so you see. This is the upper arms. This is not the upper arms. These are your forearms. These are your upper arms. So you're holding on to the upper arms so that the elbows are below the shoulder, not outside of it, which is what happens. You can see the alignment's gone there. Okay, so that's stage one. And then stage two, I'll just do it at an angle so you can still see what's going on. Stage two, you interlace your hands. So when you're coming forward, we'll do it with the knees down the first set. You're inhaling and you're pressing with the forearms and lifting up with the armpits as you come forward. So you're not sagging in between the shoulders. You're really lifted up between the shoulder blades. So when you come forward, there's plenty of space for your nose. And the gaze is behind you, so you're bringing your forehead down to the mat. And so last thing is coming forward on the inhale, exhale, coming back. So we'll just do another four, because I was talking as I was doing them. Inhale forward, exhale back. Lovely. Inhale forward, exhale. Inhale, coming forward, exhale, coming back. Lovely. Last one. Don't worry about the forehead touching. You just want to feel that you're working the muscles. You're not damaging yourself. So after this set of 5, just take a little rest in child's pose. And then we're going to see about doing another set. So holding on to your upper arms, interlacing the fingers, pressing into the forearms, sucking up with the armpits, looking behind you towards your knees. So coming forward, inhale. Exhale, really engaging banda to come back. Inhale, forward, really pressing into those forearms and lifting up through the armpits. Lovely. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Woo! So let's just come back and rest in child's pose. Nice breath in all along the spine. Nice breath out. Think about waves coming in at the beach. As we breathe in, it's like the wave is filling, coming in to shore. And on the exhale, it's like the seas gently sucking out again. So we're left feeling relaxed. Wonderful. So let's just come up, take the hands behind, interlace them, draw them down as we tuck the chin. And then you can give the arms a wee shuggle. And if you lift them up a little bit more, you'll just start to stretch even higher into the chest. Lovely. So from here, coming into downward dog, tucking the toes, gaze towards the upper thighs, breathing here, all the way in, all the way out, soft in the shoulders and the elbows, feeling open in the armpits, all the way along to the little fingers, breathing in, breathing out. Wonderful. Bending at the knees, stepping forward on the inhale, exhale, melting down, and then see from here, just keeping that rooted quality to come all the way up. We'll just take the hands up and stretch into the armpits. Wonderful. So let's add on and make this a full Surya Namaskar being next time. So we're going to add in 2 chair postures, one at the beginning, one at the end. Exhale, bring the hips low. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back into plank, knees down if you need, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Lifting the right leg, stepping forward, anchoring the back foot down on the exhale. Inhale, coming up, warrior one. Exhale, folding down, front foot back, lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So let's do the same with the left leg. Lift the left leg, stepping it forward on the exhale, anchoring the back foot. Inhale, coming up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, sliding the front foot back, knees down if you need, lowering down. Inhale, upward dog, and then back into child's pose. Couple of breaths. So, if you've got a set or 2 sets of dolphin dips in the tank, feel free to join me. Loving some water there. So the next step for dolphin dips is tucking the toes and lifting the knees off. So you might be totally fine with step 1. You know, and if that feels enough of a workout, stay with that. If you're a little bit like, hey, I would like to go to the next stage, you're going to tuck your toes, lift the knees, and come into dolphin. Okay, so coming forward on the inhale, exhale, really switch on the quads and the banders to bring you back. Inhale, forward, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Again, remembering to press into those forearms to really lift up with the armpits. Exhale, coming back, popping the knees down, just relaxing in child's pose or yoga asana. Remembering yoga asana is when the knees are together and the elbows are just out in line with the shoulders and the forehead is down on the mat. That's quite a nice one. Or taking the hands down towards the toes, curled up balasana. Lovely. So we're just going to take the hands behind, stretch so we're nice and open in the chest. Choose if we've got another 5 dolphin dips in the tank. You might want to do your 5 dolphin dips or move from child's pose. Inhale into up dog. Exhale, hinging at the hips back into child's pose. That might be, you think, well, I'm still moving through the shoulders. I'm still getting a little bit of a workout, but I don't want to do any more dolphin dips. So that's an option. If you dolphin dips, if you're wanting to do another set, then join me. Knees down or knees off. Okay, so coming forward, inhale, exhale, just coming back. Lovely. And again, inhale, pressing into those forearms as you come back especially. Really helps you give that lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. And exhale. Wonderful. Popping the knees down, just relaxing. So from here, tucking the toes, coming into downward facing dog. Feeling as relaxed as you can around the shoulders, the elbows, really engaged, navel back to the spine, stretching those sit bones further away from the wrist if you possibly can, just to find a stretchy, lengthiness in the posture after the work of the dolphin dips. Lovely. And then bending the knees, stepping forward. Coming once again into chair. So we're going to drop the hips. Inhale, lifting up with the chest and the arms. Wonderful. Bringing the hands down in front of the chest. So we're just going to come into a little twist. So on the exhale, turning over to this left side. So you're either going to bring the right hand to the outside of the knee, other hand at the hip, navel hugging back as you turn to look round, or bring the hands down, okay? And so whichever you're at, this top hand can open, or if you're using the elbows, the hands can open up like so. Lovely. So coming down on the exhale, inhale, breathing in, exhale, engage, inhale, exhale, hands together, inhale, back to center. We're going to do a couple of breaths on each side. Exhale, coming to the twist, inhale, open, exhale, engage, thunder, inhale, exhale, hands together, inhale, back to center. We're going to do the same again. I'll try not to wiggle this time. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale. Hands together, inhale, back to center. Last one. So really moving around that belt channel, really working with the abs, breathing out, breathing in. Hands together. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, come to standing, separate the feet, Inhaling, opening all the way from the armpits, spiraling the arms to the little fingers. Exhale, coming from the little fingers through into the shoulders, tuck the chin. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, rolling through. Last one, inhale, opening up. And then I'm just going to turn around. Exhale, interlace the fingers, draw them down, chin tucked. Inhale, looking up, lifting the chest. Exhale, peeling down. So just get another stretch into the shoulders, into the chest after those dolphin dips. Give the arms a wee shuggle, bring the hands towards the shoulders a little bit if that feels possible. Lovely. Exhale, hands down on the base of the spine. Inhale, unfurling, taking the arms all the way up, stretching up into the palms, feeling open from the armpits to the little fingers. Lovely. And then coming all the way back, hands in front of the heart. So just taking a moment or so. You can either take on some water or, close the eyes and just go with the breath. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. So let's come into eagle posture. We're going to take the right leg, cross it over, extend the right arm. Wrap the left arm under and up. So the shoulders are relaxing. Then we're folding this right arm back. So we may be going further back of the arms or trying to bring the palms together. Just whatever's possible in the body. Don't fight or worry about where you're at. Just finding that point of balance and stretch. So nice breath in. So going a little deeper, the hips start to lower down, really engaging bandha. And then the shoulders are nice and relaxed down the back. The elbows starting to lift up a little bit, and the fingertips, we're going to draw those away, taking a gaze down. So we're really going to go stretch in between the shoulder blade, the upper back, and into the back of the neck. Breathing in, up behind the belly to really focus the breath into the upper back. And breathing out. And again, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, we're going to unfurl. Take a nice big long step for warrior two, ending up facing the back short edge of the mat. So the right foot's forward, we're open equally, shoulders above the hips, and we're open armpits to the little fingers. So let's just roll all the way along, spiraling, exhaling, spiraling into the shoulders. Lovely, opening all the way along. Exhale. And then palms flat. So we're just going to scoop up with this top hand. Keep bending into that front knee. Just get a good stretch into the right side of the body. Breathe into that. Lovely. Exhale. Engaging your band. Just pop the hand on the heart. And this rear arm's going to come under and up. So again, we're getting a stretch here into the left side of the body. Gaze up to the down-toned palm. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lovely. Looking down at that front foot. Inhaling, we're going to take the arms up and lift that back heel, coming into a nice high lunge, warrior one. Shoulder blades down the back, feeling strong in the legs. Breathing in, breathing out. So coming into warrior three from here, there's a couple of options. Really engaging your band. If you need to step this back leg in a little bit, you feel that, your legs too far away to bring the weight comfortably into the right leg. So you want to fill this right leg. Feel all the weight in this right leg. The arms can be stretched out in front, or you can draw them behind and lift them up like a little superwoman cape, okay? So we're engaging bandha. We're starting to lift the left leg, pointing into that left toe, coming into a nice balance. Breathing in, open across the chest, lift those shoulders away from the chest, down the back, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. Inhaling, coming all the way up. We're going to lift the hands up, lift the knee, and come into dancer's posture. So coming into Ganesha. So we're going to bring the right hand down. This leg's already lifted. Tuck this, bring the left hand down, tuck the right elbow in, as if we're gathering in our dancing partner. Breathing here. Lovely. Just enjoying that sense of having a dance with somebody. Wonderful. So from here, let's come into eagle. Filling the right leg, crossing the left leg over, left arm extended. Right arm wrapping under and up, and then we're just going to allow a moment for those shoulders to sink and really relax before we bend the left arm and try and bring the backs of the hands together or the palms together. So just allowing yourself a moment just to arrive, squeezing into the center line of the body, wherever feels helpful to really, enhance the feeling of stability. So, hips start to drop down, elbows start to lift, fingers draw away, gaze down, breathing in, breathing out, breathing between the shoulder blades into the armpits, breathing out. This is an excellent stretch after all of the dolphin dips. Lovely, one more breath. So on the next inhale, we're just going to unfurl. Take this left knee nice and high, nice long step back, and then turn immediately, warrior two, to the front edge of the mat, arms open. Wonderful. So rolling from the armpits to the little fingers on the inhale. Exhale, little fingers into the shoulders. We'll just do one more, just to really free up the shoulders after all the dolphin dips. Exhale, lovely. Scooping up with the front hand. Inhale, keep bending into that front knee. Look at that front knee. Check it hasn't dropped in. You know, I'll show you what I mean. So you want the front knee above the ankle, not scooping into the inside. If it's dropped in, lift your toes, draw it back out, pop the toes down. Lovely. So exhale, warrior two. Inhale, hand on heart. The rear arm can come under and up or over and up. And we're just turning the gaze to look up to the down-turned palm. Breathing here. Lovely. So next inhale, we're going to come up into our high lunge warrior one. Lifting the back heel, lifting the arms, holding here for a couple of breaths. Feeling open from the armpits, the little fingers, shoulder blades down the back. Really lifted up with the chest. And then choosing what you're going to do for your warrior three. Is it Superman, Superwoman cape, or arms out in front? You can even bring the palms together. I like to cross the thumbs and bring the palms together. That's quite a nice one. So imagine someone's got hold of your wrist and is pulling you forward as you fill the left leg, and then lift the right leg up into a balance. Breathing here, breathing out. Lovely, breathing in, breathing out. Really engaging bandha. Lovely. So breathing in, exhale, we're just going to come up into dancing Ganesha. So we're lifting the right leg. The right hand is kind of scooping in, gathering our dance partner. The left elbow is tucking down as if we might be about to scoop them in around the back here. So a couple of breaths here. Feeling lovely along in the spine, engaging bandha. Lovely. Wonderful. And then take a nice big long step back so that the toes are pointing to the long edge of the mat for wide leg forward fold. Exhale, cross the hands in front of the chest. Inhale, open them out and behind. Bring them hand onto the hips. So next inhale, we're going to lift up with the chest. Really draw those elbows back. So feel really nice and open here. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Pop those hands down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold, starting to draw the chest back towards the thighs, tucking in the chin, shoulder blades down the back, drawing the elbows in behind the wrists. Breathing here and breathing out. Imagining that you're looking at the ceiling through the legs, but then the gaze is to the tip of the nose. You're soft in the knees and just playing with where the weight is. See if you can bring the weight further towards the toes, but keep the heels on the mat. And just notice how that deepens the stretch in and around the glutes. Lovely. And then from here, just keeping the hips hanging behind, you're just going to walk the arms out in front, so you're open from the armpits along the arms, and you're just hanging there. It should feel quite comfortable, like the legs are taking, you know, all of the stretchiness, and you're just getting a really lovely stretch through the ribs, the armpits, the chest. Wonderful. And then from here, just walking hand over hand, we're going to turn the left foot to face forward, lift that back right heel, slide that front foot back, come down into child's pose. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. So from here, coming up, we're just going to tuck our toes, ready for camel. Lifting up with the hips. So we're going to be using the hands on the lower back, okay? Or if you want to go deeper, you can use them on the heels. in the longer class, we start on the lower back and then we move to the heels. But just because of time, we're just going to choose one. We'll start with the lower back. So right hand gently pressing into the lower back. You're going to lift the left arm up, lift the gaze. Exhale, just bend the knees, drop the hips, change sides. Inhale, lifting up with the right arm. Exhale, and do one more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So now you can continue to go from side to side, or simply bring the right hand up onto the lower back, draw the elbows back and lift the chest. If you want to take the head back, make sure the tongue is on the roof of the mouth behind your teeth. So you're leaning into the hands, really opening into the chest. Lovely. Exhale, bringing the chin to the chest, just releasing down, untucking the toes, bringing your chest down to the mat. And I want you to look at your hips when you come down. Just check the hips are above the knees. So you want them to be at this right angle from knee, hip to the floor, not too far away and not too far near, okay? And then once you've got the angles sorted, just bringing the forehead down onto the mat for Anahata Asana. So we're wiggling the arms forward, so we feel a lovely stretch from the armpits, through the chest, to the little fingers. And we're engaging Bandha as well, not just hanging there. So we're really drawing navel to spine. We're really tightening that belt around our waist. And the ribs are drawing into the center line as well. So you feel really nice and active in the front of the body. Deepening that stretch. Wonderful. So from here, just coming forward on the exhale into Sphinx. So checking that the elbows are under the shoulders, the shoulder blades down the back, so we're not sagging between the shoulders, but we're lifting up through them, as it were. So we're going to tuck the tail and just find that length all the way to the crown of the head. You gently squeeze and press the forearms down into the mat. If that feels okay, you can bring the hands further forward, lift the elbows, come into Cobra. Wonderful. And then from here, just melting down, make a little pillow out of the hands, rock the hips. So, having the hands either side of the face, face down, just draw the navel back towards the spine, as if you've got a little poached egg there and you don't want it to squish. Lovely. And then just have a go at lifting the knees off the mat. Keeping the navel away from that poached egg, you don't want your egg to squish. Lift the knees off the mat. Lovely. Inhale, relax down. Exhale, draw the navel back, away from the mat. Lift the knees, and then lift the elbows and the arms and the chest. Lovely. Exhale, inhale, relax down, working at the breath, right? So exhale, really drawing the navel back to the spine, lifting up with the knees, and lifting up with the elbows to the chest, skydiving. Stay here, breathing in, breathing out, see if you can lift up a little bit more, squeeze into the glutes, breathing in, exhale, really engaging Bandha, really drawing the navel back, squeezing up again, lovely, and release. Pop the hand, hand on hand, head on the hands, just rocking the hips from side to side. Wonderful. So we're just going to go for one more. So, skydiving, hands by your sides, navel hugging back, away on the exhale, lifting the knees, lifting the elbows, lifting the chest, really squeezing into the glutes, really working and strengthening the lower back muscles. Every time you exhale, just see if you can go a little higher. Lovely. Inhale, release. Well done, everybody. Rock the hips from side to side, pop the hands either side, and just hinge back into a well-deserved child's pose. So knees wide, toes touching, bring the head down between the thighs, so you just feel nice and stretched out in the lower back. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, breathing out. Lovely. So just making your way onto your backs, hugging your knees, rocking from side to side, pop a hand on each knee, and just give that lower back a really lovely massage as the knees are together and just go round in the same direction. And when you've done, say, 3 of those, change direction. And then we're going to take the knees apart. So a hand on each knee, the knees and feet go apart. I'll just change the angle so you can see what I'm talking about. Like that. So just oiling the hips. Lovely, and then change direction, just do a couple of those. Wonderful. So we're just going to stretch out through the legs a little bit. So you're going to take the left leg up, take hold either behind the thigh, behind the calf, or you can take hold of the big toe with the second, third finger and thumb. You can either have this right leg bent or straight, and if it's straight, have the right hand at the top of the thigh and bend, point the toe of this right leg. So just stretching out the back of the left leg, a couple of deep breaths here. Make sure that it's a comfortable, stretch. So if you've gone a bit too deep, if you notice you're lifting up with the head, ease off, take the hands behind the thigh, for example. Okay, then from here, we're just going to take that left leg out to the side. So if the right leg's on the mat, you're just taking, it could be holding to the outside of the knee, for example, or taking hold, if you still got it, of the big toe. And if the right knee's bent, then the right knee just goes out to the right as a counterbalance. Okay, so a couple of breaths here. Really engaging bandha on the exhale, trying to stay even in the lower back. Lovely. And then exhale, just bring the legs back to the center line. We're going to slide this right leg down the mat and then bend this left knee. Take the right hand, tuck it, wrap it round to the outside of the knee, so it's just tucked in behind the thigh for a little twist. So we're going to draw the leg across. This left bit of the lower back is going to peel off the mat. Extend the left arm out, gaze to the thumb. And if there isn't enough space, the arm can be like a little cactus arm, okay? So breathing in, breathing out. This should feel like a posture you can just kind of melt into with every breath. So as you breathe in, you're going to breathe into the tightness. And as you breathe out, you're just softening into the space that you've made. Lovely. So let's just release that. Slide the left leg down the mat and see if that left side feels a bit flatter, a bit longer than the other side. It may well. It may well. So let's even that up so we don't hobble around the street after class. So again, just do you want to have that left knee bent? How are you going to take hold of the right leg to stretch that out? Just choose what feels right for you. Is it behind the thigh, behind the calf, holding onto the big toe? Is the left leg bent or is it straight? And if it's straight, pointing the toe. So a couple more breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. So we're going to take the right leg out to the side now. And if this left knee's bent, again, it just goes out to the left side. So the legs end up in a V shape. So just taking that leg out, the right leg out. If the left leg's straight, you just keep hold of the top of the thigh, and that really helps anchor you so you don't kind of lose contact and that left hip kind of lift off the mat. A couple of more breaths here. Lovely. Engaging bandha. Exhale, bring the legs back to the center line. We're going to slide that left leg down the mat if it was bent. Bend the right knee, tuck the left hand in behind the knee, and draw that right leg over to the left as the right arm extends and the gaze is out to the right. So just stopping here and breathing, allowing the body to melt with the ebb and flow of the breath. Lovely. And then just releasing that leg down. Hopefully both sides of the body feel nicely stretched out. We're just going to finish with a flowing bridge just to flush the energy through the central nervous system, and then that's us done for today. So bring the feet in as close to the hips as feels comfortable, hip width apart. Lift and check the toes are pointing straight ahead. Arms by your sides, palms down. So start by tucking the tail just an inch, lifting off the mat, and then untuck. Tuck the tail, lift up a couple of inches, bring it down, untuck. So just keep going with the breath, as it were, flowing up and down through the spine. Just a few more times, and just really on the exhale as the spine's lifted all the way up. See if you can lower the spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae, really using your bandhas to help control that. So you feel that you're massaging the spine, and then gently untuck the, the tail, so you get a little curve in the lower back, and then do the same again. Tuck the tail, roll all the way up towards the shoulders, making sure the back of the neck's nice and long, and then lifting the heels, rolling all the way down. Wonderful. Okay. So from here, we're just going to come into relaxation. I know some of you maybe are wanting to practice an inversion, and you're very welcome to just come and practice that right now, and then do your relaxation after. Reminding ourselves that could just simply be taking the legs up and crossing the ankles for 5 to 10 slow breaths, okay? Otherwise, if you want to just get a little bit of extra relaxation in, just taking the legs out. If you've got a blankie, just get your blankie over you, and we'll just spend a couple of minutes just going with the flow of the breath. So this is a breath-led relaxation, and it's very much just about bringing stability to the body. So choosing a count that feels really manageable for you, and I'd like you to breathe in for an equal number, whether that's breathing in for 3 and out for 3, in for 4 and out for 4, anything up to in for 6 and out for 6. So just choose what feels right, and then just see if you can steady and lengthen the breath in a comfortable but light way. So you're not trying to really fill the lungs, but just breathe evenly and steadily. And notice once you've found your rhythm, if you're concentrating, the little furrow in your brow, and just inviting the whole of the face to feel very soft and relaxed. Making sure that the jaw is soft, that the shoulders are soft, and all going around the body and just checking all of the different joints, noticing if there's any muscles still holding on, if they can soften and release a little bit. So just going with the evenness of the breath, and if you're finding that the breath is lengthening naturally, go with that. Just inviting in a longer count, or maybe instead of breathing in for 4, you're now comfortably breathing in and out for 5. And as the breath is flowing in and out, inviting the body to feel soft and heavy. And then just starting to bring ourselves towards the end of this very short relaxation. And if any of you are doing this practice right now, just want to continue lying there for the next few minutes undisturbed, be my guest. So if you're thinking, I'm just going to finish with you now, Lucy, you can take the arms overhead, give the body a delicious long stretch into the fingertips, into the toes, feeling open in the armpits, feeling long in the body, and then walking the legs up the mat and hugging the knees, just rocking from side to side. We're just going to roll over onto a comfy side and just relax there for a couple of breaths. And so making sure that when we bring ourselves up, we're bringing ourselves up from being on our side. So if, for example, I'm here on my left side, I'm going to bring my right hand down. We keep looking at that hand as I come up. And the reason for so doing is it means that we keep in the more parasympathetic mode of being. If the eyes can be a little bit closed as you come up, that really aids that. So let's just come to seated and finish with 3 OMs. So I'm going to stop it here for the people that are following this class recorded, and I'm going to OM with the people that I'm with just now. See you later.